Hello everybody, welcome back to what is Close Encounters number 7 in the series. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. You seem to have. I've had loads of positive messages from everybody, so I think we're on the right track. This one is all about insert effects and how to order them to make different effects happen, if you know what I mean. I got a message from someone the other day saying, you know, I'd like to understand a bit more about insert effects and what it all means. So this one's going to be hopefully a pretty simple tutorial. So what we'll do, we'll use the vocal on, actually this is a new track by me and Keely McDonald. At the moment it's got the working title Be Okay. It might end up actually being called Be Okay, not sure yet. We've recorded the vocal for it, and this what you're looking at now is basically going to be the breakdown. As you see at the beginning, there's nothing. This will all be hardcore, but this is going to be the breakdown. At the moment, it's sort of a whole song, but I will cut it down in the finished hardcore version. Now we'll keep the song for a different mix of it. But the important thing to remember is this has got a vocal in it that's just been recorded last weekend. So it's not obviously finished, nowhere near finished, not really mixed. I will give you a blast of the track, what I've got so far, just to put it in context so you know what it is we're dealing with. All right, so have a listen.
Every time I see your face, I know that it won't be okay. So when you tell me, baby, times are hard but I am here, I will wipe away your tears. I know you're hurting lately. You never have to hide away. Tomorrow is another day, and I won't be right here. I never want to see you cry. I see the pain that's in your eyes. I wish that you could see everything. It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
So anyway, there you go. You get the rough idea of what's going on. Obviously, completely unfinished, completely not hardcore at the moment. There's a few rough things, rough around the edges. The drum and bass bit might use for a different version. Might use it in the breakdown. Don't know yet. Obviously, the whole thing's got to be shortened for a hardcore tune. This is a whole song on its, of its own. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be OK at the moment. It's called Be OK. It's by me and Keely McDonald. So now we'll get on to the inserts. What I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the vocal because that will probably be the most popular thing you'll want to do loads of insert stuff. I mean, at the moment, I've got 3 insert effects on. So let's go to the mixer, actually. It's a bit easier. There we go. There's the mixer. Right, so we've got the vocal selected. I'll zoom in a little bit. Let's get rid of that so it makes it a bit clearer. Oh, hang on. Let's make the mixer the whole page. In actual fact, we can probably not bother with all of that. Hide all of that. Right, so we've got the vocal and a list of insert effects. At the moment, I've got auto tune on it. In the first slot, I've got an EQ, my trusty old friend Pro Q3 with the utility EQ, second in the slot. And in the third slot, I've got an 1176 compressor. Now, how it works, you have all of these slots. In a full mix, I think you can have, is it unlimited in Cubase? It's at least 16 slots you can have. So let's just put some random ones in, just so you can see the actual amount of slots, right? Okay, right. So you've got slots. Now, how it works, if you imagine the signal flow coming into the top of the mixer up here, going through like that, and it goes down, 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 in through, in there, out through there, in, out, in, all the way down through. So what you end up with is what they call serial effects, i.e. serial, one after the other. Okay, so depending on what you're trying to achieve will depend on which order you put your effects. Now, in this instance, at the moment, this obviously isn't mixed. I haven't gain stage this or anything. So, at the moment, I've got auto tune on the first insert slot. So that means nothing else. There's no effects until it hits this. So the vocals completely raw, comes into auto tune, gets processed by auto tune, comes out of auto tune and into the EQ. Comes into the EQ, gets processed by the EQ, comes out of the EQ and into the compressor, goes into the compressor, gets processed by the compressor, comes out, and so on all the way down. Now, why this is important to know about the ordering of things is, for instance, I'm compressing the vocal before I've just put loads of delays on it. Let's turn some of these off because it's just going to get messy. This mono delay, which I've just randomly put up, if I just quickly set it up how I would probably use it, and we play the vocal. So let's get the workspace back up. Let's solo the vocal. So there's an effects, right? There's a copy of it in the inspector. So as mentioned before, it goes out of the auto tune into the EQ, out of the EQ into the compressor, out of the compressor into the delay. All right, which in some circumstances is the correct way to do it. If you're going to have a delay on it as an insert, I would potentially actually use a delay on a send. See the other video about send effects that I did in the series. The link will be in the top of the screen right now, and it will be down in the description. So But you could potentially change the order of this and have the delay, say, before the compressor. So now what happens is it comes out of the EQ into the delay, and then out of the delay and into the compressor. So in effect, you'll be compressing the delay effect, which you may or may not want to do, depending on what you're trying to achieve.
Every time I see your face, I know that it won't be okay. So when you tell me,
Because that's compressed, it's actually making the delay go on longer because it's compressing each delay. Let's move it back around. You could just drag and drop the order of things. So let's have the compressor first and then the delay. See if that makes any difference. I don't know if it will. Yeah, they're fading out a lot quicker. So there's a good instance there of, if you wanted a delay that went on for a long time, you could potentially put it through the compressor after. Other things you could do, I'm trying to think of examples, practical examples. But I guess you get the message, right? So you'll know that, this is why I put things like auto-tune in the first slot. If I'm using auto-tune, I don't want any processing going into auto-tune. I just want the vocal going in clean. You wouldn't want to put the delay before auto-tune, for instance, because auto-tune will try tuning the delays. It doesn't make no difference. But in certain circumstances, that would be a problem. You see it's still processing the delays. You don't want that. You just don't want that. So yeah, that's basically what the insert effects ordering is about. And there's no hard and fast rules about it. It's all to do with practicalities and what you're actually trying to achieve. You may want your auto-tune to tune your delays for whatever reason, for some artistic reason, in which case then you would put it before. But guess what I'm saying is that there's no rules. You just mess around until you get what you're after. And that's basically it for insert. So if you enjoyed that video, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified of all the videos, any new videos that I put up. It's not just going to be tutorials on this channel. I'm looking into other things, and there'll be other things coming along pretty soon. With that being said, that's the end of this tutorial. So thanks for listening, and I will catch you all later. Peace.